Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. I just wanted to hop on and make a video when I'm going through something real, or when it's like when I'm in it, you know. It helps bring me clarity as well. So yeah, my Airbnb ended today, the one I was at. And it didn't feel true. Like, I had another one booked, but something in me said, I don't want to go to that. It just felt off. So I got refunded, which was nice. And then I just have been feeling lots of heart pain emerge. There was this part of me when it didn't feel true to go to another Airbnb. I was just like, all right, I'll just go hang out in the car. And it's not that I like life to be hard. Well, sometimes I kind of like living out of the car because it helps cultivate this masculine edge, this kind of grit, this toughness. If I was a Sims character, those attributes would have been really low before my Kundalini awakening. So I found like living out of the car is a really good way to cultivate more strength. And like if I was a Sims character, it feels like my strength attribute would be really high now. Or my toughness attributes would be really, really high. But my heart just is really, really upset. And so this is like a pinch point. This is a growth edge, and this is sometimes where life brings us, where we're not really guided to do anything. In a sense, it's like for me. So I'm not really guided to get an Airbnb right now, but my heart's really upset, seemingly, about living in the car. Or that's just a story I'm telling myself. I'm not even saying like live in it, just, you know, just be in it until something alive comes through, right? Until some kind of inspiration that feels true reveals itself. And so sometimes we're in these situations where life has just kind of cornered us into a painful spot, and there's kind of no way out. I mean, part of me was like, maybe I'll just book an Airbnb just so my heart will stop hurting. But a deeper part of me is kind of saying, well, I don't want to just book something to get away, to avoid pain, to avoid my own heart's hurt and ache, you know? And we got to use discernment there. Sometimes the heartache is trying to wake us up to, hey, we're not in alignment here. This job's not right for me. This person's not right for me, etc. But other times, we're just meant to digest some heart pain. And it doesn't, you know, we can kind of go around it. We can kind of push it to the side for a little bit, but then we're just going to be reconfronted with it, right? And that's kind of an inner knowing that I'm starting to arrive at, is this heart pain is just something that I'm going to have to confront at some point. You know, I can go book an Airbnb and maybe that will lessen it temporarily, and I won't have to kind of be with the inner child in my heart throwing a tantrum for another couple nights or whatever. But I'm just kind of seeing the deeper truth that this heart pain is going to have to be met at some point. And so I'm just going through it as much as I can right now. And these are pinch points, because in these places where we're cornered, we're going to want to do anything we can to alleviate the pain. And that's totally normal, and that's totally like reasonable, right? And sometimes we might need to do that. Maybe we have to take a pill, maybe we have to do this or that to make ourselves a little more comfortable. But, you know, eventually this pain needs to be kind of met. And so, yeah, that's kind of a question to ask yourself if you're in pain and you're wanting to change it and you're wanting to do something to get away from it, is just ask yourself, does it actually feel in alignment? Does it actually feel like the truth? And if it does, awesome, do it. Obviously. But if you notice it's coming from a place that's just in avoidance, that wants to kind of escape the pain, well, that's okay. You can go ahead and do it. But just know that that same pain is going to come back at another time. Maybe then you'll be more ready to meet it. And so maybe it's perfect for you to do what you need to do to kind of go around it for now, right? Or to kind of temporarily postpone it if you can. If you're that lucky. Sometimes we're not that lucky, right? Sometimes it's just like, fuck, it's here and we can't get away from it no matter what we do. But that's what I'm feeling, you know, and I just wanted to talk about this in real time. You know, we come to a lot of these kind of places where a lot of pain's coming up and our mind wants to do whatever it can to try to, you know, not feel it. And the mind will reach for something, and I could feel my mind wanting to do that. And it's just that inner inquiry, like, is it reaching for the truth? Or is the truth for us just to feel the pain right now? And only you know that, only you are in your body. And so yeah, that's what I'm going through. And you know, after I canceled that Airbnb, I just went to the Sprouts parking lot and got an apple. And this is something that I've gotten really good at, is when I don't know, I just don't do anything. I just let myself be. I just let the pain inform me in a way. Like I let the pain move through, and I let the divine you know, reveal what is true to me more and more. When I'm in these places where I don't know what to do, I let myself not know. And these are such areas where there's a lot of grace, where we learn, where we just deepen in discernment, deepen in refinement. But we got to go through it, and these places are not easy because the mind's like, oh, I need to know what's next, and sometimes we don't know what's next. And we just kind of have to sit here and wait and be and let being lead the way. When we don't know, I think it's life trying to help us reconnect to being. When we don't know what to do next, that's life's way of saying stop. Just stop. You don't need to know yet, and second of all, what you need to know is found in beingness. Just stop and reconnect to your inner being, and allow that to move you or not move you. Have a willingness to just sit where you are for as long as it takes. Be still. The first thing I did when I got here, I just parked somewhere cozy and crawled in the back there and just curled up with a pillow and cried. I let my heart cry. I let myself be heartbroken. And it could be heartbroken about not having a home, but this stuff goes so deep, and this just might be the way the divine's trying to help me meet deep pain. Maybe a past life abandonment pain. Who knows? A lot of the times we associate what we're feeling with what's happening right now. But what's happening right now might just be a catalyst for something really old to come up. And like I said, if we don't want to let it come up now and we kind of want to go around it or avoid it, that's totally fine. But just know that old pain, it's gonna want to come up again at a different point. And a lot of times we don't even have a choice. We're just gonna have to face it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, just deepening in discernment. I wanted to make it real. Like, my heart's feeling clenched. I'm feeling kind of shut down. I'm feeling not disassociated, but a little dysregulated. And I'm feeling unsure of what to do. Except it's funny, I'm always kind of sure what to do in a deeper sense, because I'm sure to do nothing right now. Like, I'm very sure that the truth for me is to just do nothing and wait and allow. And stuff always moves, you know? The truth always guides you. Sometimes we just have to stop and listen for a while. And give ourselves that space. In the past, I used to be a little bit more frenetic in these places, and and I would take actions. Like, I would just get desperate and just book something. Here's an example. I'd book something, even though it didn't feel true. And then I'd get there and I'd feel even worse or something. It would be the wrong type of place, you know. I just didn't have the vibes I'd like, and I would just feel bad. And then I'd have to like cancel that Airbnb, or maybe I'd lose money. Like things like that can happen when we're in pain and we move from a dysregulated place. Sometimes it just compounds, where if we just stop, like, let's just breathe. Like, why do we have to move? Like, sometimes we have to ask ourselves like that, do we actually have to make a decision right now? The mind might try to convince you, I have to do something right now. But it's useful to just really check in with yourself. And for me, it's like, no, I don't have to make a decision. And so if something's not clear to you, then just wait. Just wait. And let life reveal itself to you. Let life reveal its plan for you, to you, on its timeline. Sometimes its plan for you is just to sit in a parking lot and connect with your heart and feel your heart pain for as long as that takes, until the next step is revealed. And can we find peace in this place? Can we find a sense of okayness and relaxedness, like a sense of just, this too is perfect? Can we just, drop into the heart and just be here with this pain without thinking about it, without trying to interpret it, without trying to figure out what it's about? And sometimes suffering is kind of nice because it leads to deep self-inquiry. And so if that's just happening, that's happening. But a lot of times it's the most beneficial to just sit with your pain when you're in a difficult place without trying to even know anything about it. Like, I don't know, pain in the heart. Does it mean I'm supposed to do this? Who knows? Or does it mean I'm supposed to do that? I don't know. We don't know. But the more we sit with our pain in that kind of space where we don't know anything about it, where we don't pretend to know, the more that grace can somehow inform our actions and our movements and our decisions, rather than a fearful mind that's just trying to get rid of pain, right? And typically, like I was saying, when a fearful mind is taking actions to try to get rid of pain, we just create more pain. Because I hope that is self-explanatory. So yeah, may peace be with you all. Let yourself just let yourself connect to your pain in a really free way, with no agenda. Just like, oh, pain, heartbreak. This too is God, And I guess that's the path to freedom, right? Is we're not trying to go around anything or get rid of anything. Yeah, like, let's listen to our heart's guidance if it feels true. But let's also see it as something that's holy. That's here to be embraced. And usually the more we embrace our pain, the clearer decisions become. And so sometimes that's why we don't know what to do. It's because we haven't learned how to be with this layer of pain in like a pure enough way, in a loving enough way. It's like the pain actually creates more presence. And the more presence that's cultivated through being with your pain, the more life is just a flow, and life is just simple, and decisions, it's like you're not even making the decisions. Like, oh, life is doing this now. Clear, easy, not this or that. It's just like, it's because being with your pain opens up doorways that were once closed in your consciousness. It opens up pathways and possibilities. And so see it as a gift if you're cornered in your own pain and it doesn't feel true to go around it. See it as a gift. The divine is expanding you. The divine is helping you cultivate more awareness, more presence, more love. Thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next one. Namaste.